Hi, Carl Brown here. Welcome, and it's good to be with you. I know I've not been around, but a number of things have been happening in the diaspora, and a lot of things have been happening out there, which I probably have been having a look into myself. Now, one of the things I want to look here is that the Guyanese organizations. There are two major organizations right now that have been really kicking up a storm, and there are a number of organizations out there. But I want to look at Guyana Speaks, which is produced by Rod and Juanita Westmus, great people. And they've been hosting and producing a lot of programs online. And at the same time, they do in house and bringing the Guyanese diaspora together. Like they have got the Christmas Bazaar, and that is once a year at the Draper Hall here in the UK, and it's about bringing about Guyanese together. They have a number of food stalls, and there's cultural presentations. There's so much we can meet and greet. But there are two bazaars. There's a Christmas and there's a summer. So there's one coming up again shortly. But they do get together and bring Guyanese together. When you want to hang out, you want to meet, they have educational discussions, not political. They're always online. And I must congratulate them for the great work they've been doing over the years. Recently, there was an honor for Dame Carmen Monroe. No, I had to hesitate on that because, my brain is going over time here. But yes, Guyana Speaks and Juanito and Rod did something beautiful to honor Carmen Monroe. Carmen Monroe has been very active in the theater and acting world, and a number of her colleagues also gave a la cards. Guyana Speaks brought this little event together.
No, Greg, you said that. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to invite Black Caesar to come and talk a little bit about the phenomenon that is Dame Carmen Monroe.
Thank you, Julia. I'm not going to say too much because of time. Just to outline a few things before introducing another wonderful thespian. We mustn't overlook the huge, lots of views, significance of Carmen Monroe being made a Dame of the British Empire. She's the first actor of color, the first black actor ever to gain that honor. She that deserves a round of applause. Whatever we think of the use of the word empire in those days, people like Carmen and me were born under a British Empire. So while people campaign that the E should be for excellence, they're quite prepared to honor and accept the award in the name of empire and redefine it. Absolutely. Now, Carmen, it's a little story. Starting with Rod and Juanita. I had said to them, when you speak to Carmen, because she's very not easy to communicate with, even by phone, ask Carmen if she has a favorite piece of writing, a poem, piece of prose, a bit of a speech that she would like to share with you on this afternoon, honoring her elevation to being Dame Carmen Monroe. And Rod and Juanita said, we spoke to her, she wasn't able to kind of make those connections to bring back that memory. I had called her at the care home in which she's now resident and left a message with my number. And then on Monday night last, at about 10:30 p.m., I got a call from Carmen Monroe. I've been trying to contact Carmen since her birthday last year. She called me at 10:30, which was a wonderful surprise. And I said, Carmen, nice to hear you, nice to communicating. So you left your number, I saw it, and I thought I'd give you a call back. And I said, yeah, we've been trying to contact you for you to make a suggestion for a piece of writing, poem, prose, or speech, whatever, to share with the audience who are going to be honoring you at Draper Hall on Saturday. And she said, oh, but I can't remember nothing's coming through. Although she's speaking quite fluently, but obviously those synaptic connections aren't being made. And then suddenly she said, well, I remember when I performed in the Amen Corner by James Baldwin at the Tricycle Theatre in the mid 80s. And meeting James Baldwin was one of the highlights of my life and my career. This amazing man who gave witness to so much, and he made this profound impact on her. And in his graceful way, she said, he thanked me for being in the play, in the Amen Corner. And the resonance of Baldwin's eloquent words, which resonate from the mid 20th century, they resonate back to those beleaguered years of the struggle for civil rights in America, the campaigns for emancipation from the stranglehold of colonialism in the Caribbean, in Africa, in South Asia, and his prophetic and lucid warnings of the injustices that would spring from uncontrolled Zionism in Palestine still apply, as well as the resurgence of the latent forces of white supremacy in the Western world, which we see happening all around us. Baldwin's voice speaks to our history, our memory, our experience, how they amount to an ancestral knowledge that outside of church could be shared most powerfully, he said, in communion, in theater, and in gatherings like we are here today, here and now. And so, in honor of that wonderful recall of Carmen's, I'm going to ask someone who, as far as I know, is on the route to being a day myself, possibly in a couple of years. A wonderful actress of Jamaican heritage. Oh, by the way, I'm from St. Kitts, so I send regards from us.
But yes, it was a great event, and it brought people together like Ram John Holder. You would remember the Desmonds, Norman Beaton, Ram John Holder, Carmen Monroe, now Dame Carmen Monroe. And a number of people spoke highly of Dame Carmen Monroe, including Ram John Holder, pork pie.
Really honored, delighted to be here for this tribute to Carmen and be with a Guyanese, Caribbean. We are the British West Indies. The British West Indies, the British Caribbean. Whether we are from, wherever in the Caribbean we are from, I find this sort of filial relationship, this brotherly, sisterly, this connection, this family relation with, whether I'm in Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, St. Kitts, or in Bermuda. Yeah, so I'm so pleased to work with Carmen. I've worked quite a lot with Carmen, who is one of our greatest artists and one of our greatest actresses. Well, they like to be called actors now. Okay, let me actors. And to do the 70 plus episodes of Desmond's with her, I think she and I are the only ones who have been in all of them. Even Norman missed one. But I remember Stephen Khalifa had to substitute. But Carmen is a brilliant actress, and apart from Desmond, we've worked before. We did Redemption Song, which is based on Bob Marley's song Redemption. Beautiful tour we had. And so on and so on and so on. And I'm here, I'm still here. I turned 90 4 months ago. Marathon next year. I'm very pleased to be here. It's a privilege and to Juanita, Rod,
I'm
and
wondering.
an old Guyanese friend of mine, Uncle Eric Humphrey. Eric Humphrey. I think he's older than me.
I know you, but we won't mention it.
Yeah, man.
The other organization I want to say a big hello to and a big thank you, and who've been doing very, very great work, is GUSDA, the Guyana UK Social Development Association. They have been around for over 30 years. And GUSDA, along with Tafawa and Malabahim, is Corinne Canberry, Uton. There are a number of names of people that made up GUSDA. And what have they done this year? For 30 years of being an active organization, they decided to honor, they have a tribute to the UK Guyanese diaspora senior citizens. It was a very, very beautiful and well planned event. I'm going to give you some highlights of that as well so you can see what has been happening.
Good evening, fellow Guyanese and friends. On behalf of the trustee of GUSDA, I would wish to thank you for being here today as we pay tribute to our senior citizens. The dinner is the first of our events for 2025, a special year marking 30 years since GUSDA was founded. What started as a small charity board committee in 1995 has grown into a thriving organization, and we are excited to celebrate this milestone with a series of events throughout the year. Allow me to recognize and congratulate the only remaining founded member within GUSDA, our own Master of Ceremony, Mr. Tafawa Ente. Thank you, Tafawa, for your commitment and service to our community. Long may it continue. And before I continue, I just want to say that I have been with GUSDA for quite some time, but you are the glue that keep us together. So thank you. As we honor our citizens today, I would like to give a special thank you to Reverend Canon Bowman, GUSDA patron, Ram John Holder, known as Mr. Popeye. Our GUSDA awardees, Doris Harper Willis, our senior elders, Joyce Trotman and Eric Huntley, and Rose Alley, the mother of Lord Alley. His Excellency of the High Commissioner, Dr. Rajendra Singh and Mrs. Singh, we are truly grateful that you could join us.
And GUSDA has been so active because they also produce the Guyana Folk Festival, which is held in May. And we've got also the Guyana Fun Day, Family Fun Day. So there are two major events that GUSDA bring about, but they also are very active in assisting Guyanese abroad. Um, they assist the poor and needy. They help the Guyanese community. Very active organization here. So there's a lot been happening, and a lot I've not been around, and a lot I've not been attending to, but a lot I've been trying to get my hands into as well. But you know what? As you get older, you tend to get slower. And you said, well, look, you know what? Take a back seat. So I've been just taking a back seat, having a bit of me time. I must say thanks again. Well, when you get to my age, 68, it's you start looking at the wow, well, here we go. I got a freedom pass. So now I got freedom pass like, hey, but you know what? Life goes on. So we'll keep doing what we're doing. I want to say a big thank you to every one of you for being out there, being here as well. And even though I was not there, you are here. And I promise I'll be looking at other areas. I must get back on stream and bring you some very interesting. I want to look at Guyanese foods, that things I'll be looking at, packaging, and because we've had some good products out recently, and I thought it's nice. We must big up Guyana. We're all Guyanese, so let's have that one people, one nation, one destiny. That's our motto, and we live and we keep it. But I must give a big up and a big thank you also to Michelle Asantua. And they also had the founders of the Buxton Fusion School of Music. There were two of the founders here that did a presentation in honor of Dame Carmen Monroe. They were here in the UK on a visit.
Children, yes, mama. Where are you been to grandpapa? What did you do? Cheese and bread. Where is mine on the shelf? How can I get it? Time on a chair. If I fall, I don't care. Ma, pite me na ke. Rich me pite me na ke. Ma, pite me na ke. Rich me pite me na ke. Small days, you still have be mine.
So I'll leave you with some interesting footage of GUSDA's 30th anniversary and also of it Guyana Speaks. And yes, we will keeping on, we'll keep pushing together, working together. And as I said, I'm always around. So I'll say be safe. Until we meet again, catch you later and peace out. Carl Brown saying it was been and always has been a pleasure being with you.